All right, and we're back. Hold on a second. Just got some changes here. Get everything all set up. The screen's on. That's good. Make sure I'm not actually playing back the game at the same time because it seems to like doing that. Okay. So I'll continue. Oh, I don't know if it's going to select the right file. Alright, Eastern Highlands. I was going to go here, but I can't yet because there's a jump I can't make. Whoop. It's one of those speed run things I'm sure people are gonna try doing and try getting past this, so it'll be interesting to see. For now, I don't know how. Yeah, you can't even go that way. Even that? Wow. What about the other direction? Nope. A lot of time you can kind of like cheese these and go over them, but not this time. Alright. Yeah, this is not possible. As far as I can tell. Someone might have figured out. Alright, I'm gonna get the chat. Hold on. And Sonic the Hedgehog and Gal Boy. Hi. Those eyeballs. The best. Alright, I miserably failed on this last time. Mostly because I wasn't paying attention. There you go. Alright. I don't think I want to be down there yet. I think I want to just keep going right and then up. These guys are just so much easier after getting the block. Alright, the birds. The angry birds. But that shows you blocks hurt it. Or at least stop it. Otherwise, yeah, it's going to keep flying across the screen and try to hit me. Oh. Oh. This whole thing is just... Remember that a bird's trying to kill you the whole time. Oh, looks like Sonic the Hedgehog is leaving. It's Gamer. Neat. Oh. That was close. Could go left here. No point. Gotta turn on the volume so it doesn't echo. Kind of forgot. My headphones will record on this microphone, so. Alright. So you get here, there's a feather. Ardia's feather. You get air dash. It's pretty cool. Oh. Yeah, once you get it, you get a lot more birds trying to kill you. the way we want to go? Yeah. Let's fall all the way back down. Can I swipe at these? Yeah, neat. Oh, cool. That's the problem with the dash. It doesn't actually do damage or anything, so you'll just get hit if you dash through people. But neat, we got it. So we'll go down here and see what this is all about. Whoop. I guess I could go right too. In fact, I'll just jump down here. Another save point. Might want to drop a tier. I can warp there. Ah, this is the house. Alright. Such bad state that you can neither greet nor enter. And this is the end of Sylvan Keep over here. Sylvan Temple. There's nothing really interesting to do. You can't even get that pearl that's over the orb that's over there. At least not until much later, so. Can't go in that house. It's too busted up. Where does this go? This probably goes to Meyer. I think it's blocked off. Yeah. Well, can't do much there. Again, they like dangling like the, you know, you can go here eventually. Mindset, I guess. Alright, we'll go back to the dungeon. Just go from there. Right, so now that we got this air dash, we should be able to get across that gap. Cool. Oh. I haven't actually seen most of this dungeon because when I played it last, it was so pretty barren. So none of this was here. It's pretty cool. Let's probably gonna open a chest somewhere. Yep. Adrian M, hello. Welcome to this live stream of Alwa's Legacy. So, Alwa, I don't know. Well, that's moving too fast for us, so explore over here. Those guys are kind of awful. Oh, nice. Slows down both enemies and time. Press shift, that's shift, not up, to activate. I suppose up would work. I don't really use the up key at all in this game. So yeah, that replaced my spike ability, but I can change it back. It's like, do the thing. Alright. Yeah, I was playing through this before it was finished entirely, and I was having major problems with some of these puzzles. The timing was so tight. I'm just like, come on, gotta burst my way over there, and barely made it a couple times. Like, how do they expect people to do this? Oh, I've got the time stopper. I'm just not using it. So you can do some of them without using the time stop, but it's hard. Phew. Alright, so now we got these branches blocking us. So I guess I'll go down here and use this thing. Right now everything's working. I've gone back in time. And I'm worse at this game now, apparently. Yeah, all the green moss is gone from the background. It's kind of neat. So all the electronics are working, so you get blocked from going places. And all these little spinny things work now. Hooray! I wasn't paying attention to the track. This dungeon's one of those surprisingly long ones where it's like there's really not that many rooms to it versus other dungeons, but there's 2 versions per room. And you gotta backtrack quite a lot as a result of that. Like, you gotta come back here when these lift up. I should save my game at least. You get full health when you save. Oh, wrong. Wrong ability. Oh. Yeah, Zoe does not have super high jump height. Alright. I see. These guys suck the bubbles up. So what I gotta do is I have to jump across. Kind of taking advantage of her bad jump height. There we go. Normally you just use the brick. Wow, all that. See, again, like this is sort of this dungeon's specialty. There's a block door, you gotta go like 4 rooms over, and then at the end you see it. This is why those guys suck, by the way. They shoot a little ball at you. And it's not easy to avoid sometimes, and I'm bad again. And there we go. Just gonna save again. I don't actually know if I need to switch the time yet. Usually you can tell pretty quickly. Ah, there we go. Come on. He's... oh, right. He's kind of invincible while he does that attack. Or if I try to attack him at the same time and I get hit. So those can be kind of tricky. Oh, I guess I didn't need to change the time. Alright, these barriers don't let us go past. Well, you can probably kill him through it, but it doesn't matter. Come on. Yeah. It's kind of funny. But it doesn't really matter. So I guess all we have to do is... hit that one. Oh, wow, that's pretty easy. Oops. I feel like they probably wanted you to use the time stopper here. It just goes across there, but I never do the things the way the developer wants. You know, clock hopping, of course. Okay, activate. And what can we do then? Oh! It went across the screen transition. What a jerk. We're gonna play... I don't really know what we're playing here. Back and forth disease. Oh, I can just save the game now and go up. I almost said hopscotch. Like, how is that hopscotch? Like, back and forth to undo these. Yeah. Well, some kind of game where you do that. Backtrack the game. Okay, hit that one. Which we probably should, right? Yep. And we probably need to go up and around, but I'll figure that out. Yep. Not sure. Up and left. I don't think this will do anything for us. Nah. So I basically have to go right and then back up. I think. Or maybe not. Already hit that one. Yeah, we're good. I come up here and I come over here. And we're here. Oh, you. Nobody likes you, fish. Alright, so that's unlocked now. But we can't get over there because of that switch. So, or that branch. All the way back down, and we gotta... Yeah! Do all this. Oh hey, you stayed dead. That's funny. Cool. Alright. Yeah, we have to get up there with the time reverse. That wouldn't matter really right now. Should have activated my spike ability. Oh, it's timed. Alright. I think I need to do this. Yeah. Well. There we go. What if it just kills you if this drops on you? You know, maybe I'll for science this. That was interesting. Oh yeah, no, this game has multiple hits for spikes, so it would be kind of brutal if it didn't, honestly. That's interesting right there. So it just ejects you. Okay. Looks a little glitchy, but it seems to work. I really wanted to use this, because I can just hit him once and he dies. Alright. I'm going to quit playing video games from now on because of that. Apparently I'm not worthy. Watch as I do a really horrible job of dodging these things. The stream. Wow. As I'm saying it, I'm just like hitting them with no difference. Okay, back to this. What am I doing? Come on. Okay, we need to not die to this guy. There. I guess I'll be smart and use this. Good timing or something. Apparently I have crap timing, so there's that. Okay, counterweight. This will lift one of the stones. And there we go. Dungeon over. Sure. Where do we need to go? Looks like just left in general. So the right side gets that one and the left side gets this one. Mm-hmm. I didn't even save right there. I mean, I'm so dumb. Like, I might as well just go back the bottom way because I've already got it done. So this game is really nice about saves. I mean, like, it's a little overly kind sometimes in that way, where, you know, if you find like an orb above some spikes and you have 1 health left and you really want that orb, sure, jump on the spikes and get it, because you'll keep it even though you didn't save. So it's not like other games that save all of your inventory. This game auto-saves your inventory every time you pick anything up. Do I have that upgrade? Nope. Well, I can't get through there. I don't think I have a key. Nah. I think I have to go down here to get a key. That was weird. I noticed these blades have some really odd movement to them when you change screens, because they like start yeah, I'm just gonna jump on past you. They have really weird movement. Like, they start moving and then they stop. So, like, as you can see there, yeah, that blade just goes right through where it shouldn't be able to, because it's trying to path to where it needs to be. Alright. Probably should have gone back and saved, but, you know. I keep thinking there's going to be a save soon. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Thought if I didn't make a big enough jump, though, I wouldn't make it. So they all go off track when you switch screens, to an extent. Just mess with it by going up and down. Just, ooh, there we go, diagonal. Back this way, diagonal again, down again, like, ridiculous. Hate the depressed bean. Alright. Now I'm not going to completely screw this up, he said, before dying to something easy. That's what I want to do the first time. I misjudged it by like a few pixels. Yeah, the death jingle is louder. I didn't actually write that. It's most of the small jingles were just, I don't know, they got another guy to do it, or like they found stock ones or something. So pretty much all of those are louder. I got them to balance the music out. Some of the music's still a little quieter than it needs to be, and some's a little louder, but it's close. The problem is that some tracks use different DPCM samples, so when you make them as loud as you can, that'll definitely change how loud the overall track is relative to other tracks. And some that don't use DPCM will be perceivedly much louder, so it's really weird. The Protector theme, like when you first find the Vicar, that was a really loud theme. It was like twice as loud as any of the sound effects. But I got them to tone that down. I was like, yeah, it's too loud. Just I shouldn't have to change every single track's actual like volume in the source file. You should be able to just do it in the engine. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah. Cool. How do I do this? Oh, I've got to go back and change the time, I guess. Just pretty far back, honestly. Man, that's another thing. Those guys turn around and they're not hittable sometimes. Yeah, I composed all the game music except for all the jingles. So like when you get an item or something goes da 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 da, that kind of stuff. I didn't do those. I didn't technically compose the central Alwa theme because it's a cover of the other game's theme, the first game. But everything else I composed, yeah. Time. I failed. Hey, Connor. Hey, you're the guy that didn't know why he was watching this yesterday. I wonder those things shoot. Oh, we're in the past. That's why. Those little things on the walls eventually shoot you, and they're very annoying. So this is a really weird room for me. Doesn't mean... Well, I mean, I took damage like an idiot, but I mean, I could just do this to get over this. When it's in the past, this room is really easy, or that room was. I guess I didn't need the spike guard after all. Alright. Oh, I'm glad you're staying, Connor. It's fun to have you around. Okay, I guess I gotta use this. Oh boy, this is actually... So I have to slow this down and then run over there and hit these two switches at the same time. Got it. That wasn't so bad. Cool. I could go back to the beginning. Kind of didn't want to change this. Yeah, I can't really get back. So this is the tough part, honestly. Gotta change positions because my feet are falling asleep. Because I had my legs crossed. My ankles, I guess. I don't know. That's what my subwoofer's for. It's a footrest. Anyway, yeah, we broke the third one, so we get the chest, which is kind of nice. And now we get to deal with all the traps in this dungeon. They also have a reset time, so it doesn't just immediately do it when the thing hits the wall, like in a lot of other games I've noticed. It'll just shoot it out at some other predetermined time, which can be really tricky later on. Just going through these rooms like oh, there's another one. I've already been through here. It's so easy, right? Oh. Yeah, you can die pretty quickly in this game, too. Come on. Son of a bitch, come on. I just know it's gonna shoot me like the second I'm, oh no. Oh no. Oh. That was close even with the time slowed down. Alright, it's like pick your poison. Ooh, okay, I guess I didn't need this. We will use time slow. I'm just wasting the time slow, aren't I? Okay. Try that again. Can't get that yet. Yeah, that was pretty close. Cool. So I'm at the end of the dungeon now. Really close to it, whichever one. Yeah, I am at the end. And here we go. Wall face. Oh, crap, that was bad. A double hit. Yeah, that was smart. I didn't even think I was gonna do that. Double hit jump, so it made me dash. So this is much harder than the beta version of this fight. It's not like super hard. All right, I can just. But it's much harder. Nope. Yeah, there's one reason. Ah. So that was actually not so bad, because I hit him multiple times when I noticed I could. Whenever his eyes are open, you can hit him, even when he's throwing fireballs at you. Eventually, he'll start throwing room-filling fireballs at you. They'll just like go in a big circle around the whole room. Those are nasty and super hard to avoid, so I'm glad I didn't hit that. If I'd let him go for another, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds, he would have started doing it. So there's an example of a jingle I did not write. Because it's a jingle, so I didn't write any of those, pretty much. The projector loomed over her, screeching as it drained the surroundings of all air. Zoe felt dizzy. Vickers' followers were providing with power. She had to bring this battle to an end before he grew too strong. Huh. This is almost directly like a future part of the book. That's interesting. Because like this scene kind of happens later. Not that exact scene, but visually. Oh, hey. That's useful. It's really useful. I think I have to leave this in the past. No, I don't. I don't think I have to leave this. Maybe I do, yeah. Or in the future, whatever. I can't go in the past and go outside. That'd be really cool. That'd be a nice, like, expansion idea. Like, you turn back the clock and it's like everything's super different here. Maybe, like, you play the first game with these graphics. Like, these are some ideas here, pixels. So I've gone all the way to the right. I have most of the secrets in this area. I can't get a few that involve different abilities later. But we have done all of the third dungeon. So you go left to the village of Mila. Oh, I need to go catacombs. I need to go to the bottom part of the catacombs, I think. But I might as well go here and upgrade some of my abilities because I have a lot of those orbs to use. Want to let me process the orbs? Yeah. I guess I don't have a lot, just 8. Yeah, I guess I should get this. This isn't really that useful. I don't really use that ability to attack things. Man, 11. That's unfortunate. The explosive block is really nice. Really nice. In fact, I should look for one just so I can get that, because it's... In fact, I'll find them in the catacombs when I go down there. Now that I have the torch from yesterday, I should be able to see when I go down there. I've got a bunch more tiers, so I can actually put warps on this side of the map. It's kind of a problem right now. There's no warps over here. How am I doing today? Pretty good. Work was a little crazy today, but not bad. Had lots of meetings. It's unusual for me. They're all about programs we're trying to switch to. Oh, there we go. There's an orb. Oh, let's set a warp here. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's very Metroid style. This game has lots of backtracking and, you know, secrets everywhere. It's one of those, I shouldn't be able to do this now, but, you know. Aha! There's an upgrade later that lets your bubble last forever. Which I could get soon, I guess, but I don't really want to put all the points in the bubble. Because now the bubble points are like, drop through your bubble and turn blue and stuff. Like, it's sort of useful, but not really. I'm around that spot where I actually have to talk to someone. Nope, this was a waste of time, no. I have to go right. Those things can be pretty nasty. They can shoot through walls. I'm forgetting to light these torches. That's probably not good. Okay. Man. Aha. I know there's a decent amount of hidden walls in this area, but I don't know where they are exactly. Get an item later on that helps with that. Is this where the guy is? There's a guy I need to talk to. Oh, there he is. Yeah. I need to talk to him so he can give me the letter of recommendation to get a key to come back here. First of all, I've seen down here in weeks. You should live down here? Ooh, yeah. That's the intention. These catacombs will be very unforgiving if you don't watch your footing. And Noodles the rat. You don't have a key. You give it to a friend for safekeeping. If you want it, head over to the village of Milla and ask for Anne. Yeah, she's the one that was like, you have a letter of recommendation, right? And Zoe's like, sure I do. I dropped it on the way here. And bring more cheese or whatever. With an ember living in it. Oh, if it's fire spirits in there, it's doing a mighty fine job of lighting up these old catacombs. Yep. It really is. Because before, we could only see a tiny little blob of light around us and nothing else. This is a lot nicer. Come down here and light that up. I am 36. I had to think about it because I just turned 36. So this is a silly area for me. You can just get past it by doing this. It's supposed to waste your time. You're supposed to have to go down here and go all the way around. There's really no reason because there's nothing here. It's one of those, haha, you wasted 20 seconds or something. You know, you can cheese it that way. You can cheese it just by using the block. You should be able to. I don't know. This is little. It's one of those. It looks like you can't make it, but you definitely can kind of deals. Those guys were all shooting at me from over there, weren't they? That's funny. Sound effect goes off but nothing else. Oop. Oop. That was bad. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with me here. There. I didn't hit up the right way or something. I'm trying to get in that ladder. For my dad's age. That's scary. That's really scary. Anyway. Wow. That was close. This makes sense. So I play lots of Mega Man 8-Bit Deathmatch, and I'm probably old enough to be most of those people's father too. It's a lot of them are, you know, in the low teens, mid-teens, I guess. All right, no reason to be here. I can just go back here and warp. So I got all those tiers, you know. There's a reason for that. Alright, we need our max level block. So max level block makes it a detonated, explosive charge detonation. So we got the key. Oh, no, we didn't get the key. We got the letter. So we need to go back to Mila with the key. Yeah, it's a lot of Mega Man players are just really young. I guess they're into the ZX and like Zero stuff that came out more recently, or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe they like the fan art, like the fan side of things. I have no idea. Yeah, I was playing those original games when I was like 8. So, all right, I can break this now. So yeah, that's why this is useful. It gives you all kinds of secrets. And this gets us a pedal, I think. Nope. There's something else that does. This whole area is just 2 screens. It's really short. Is there a place I can go through the wall, maybe? Yeah, okay. I mean, this game loves to be tricky with that, you know. We can go through a wall here. Which sounds kind of unfair. In fact, I really didn't like that about this game when I first played it. Like, oh, we got secrets. You can just randomly walk through walls. Like, great. So I gotta check every single wall in every single room. It's gonna be incredibly tedious. And it turns out it's not, because, again, you get an item later on that just signals that there is a wall here you can walk through. So it's okay. Right. I'm like, how am I supposed to get out of here again? It's this, yeah. Oh, I've heard some people talking about, well, actually Battle Network is what a lot of people were talking about on Discord. I never really played Battle Network though. So, just a weird GameCube one. Network transmission, I guess. Anyway, Eastern Highlands. We don't actually need to be here. So I got the Catacombs key. Back to the Catacombs, and that ground just mysteriously repaired itself. I think there's an actual lock right here. Yeah. This takes us into the... I didn't even talk to Anne. Wow, I'm like so focused on getting those things, I'm like... Not even doing the objective. So good. Yeah, it's the key door. Like how he's like, I've given it to a friend. I'm gonna let her recognition. Hey, Noodle, say hi. Catacomb key. Great cheese, right? Everything seems to be in order. Yeah, give me the cheese. I think this is the wrong one. Maybe it doesn't matter. Okay, we're in the bottom part of the catacombs now. Oh, nope, see ya. Yep. Wow, that was bad. Man, hitting the side of spikes like that, that's lame. Wow. Do I actually have to use bubble? No, I went over last time. Yeah. Oh. I'm like reading chat as I'm getting murdered by a thing that I can't see. Ha. An Extreme Games collection base 2 MMV. I played MMV a lot as a kid. Mostly 3 and 5 were the two I played the most on Game Boy. On Nintendo it's 3 and 4 and 2. I didn't play 1 that much growing up, and 5 and 6. I played 6 a lot, I had 6. But 5 and 1 I didn't have until college, basically. But yeah, I remember finding 5 for 20 bucks at a used store. I was like, yes! So happy. Probably get back up. Oh, where's this guy? Many come here seeking answers on how to find the strength for getting past hardships. I will tell you what I would tell anybody. Buckle up. It's a pun. Because... Oh, come on, move. I'm an idiot. Like, I'll kill him while his back is turned. Man, so clever. It should be okay now, as long as I'm not being dumb. And this is why there's so much... Oh wow, that was interesting. I'm surprised it didn't hurt me, actually. There's a lot of speedrun potential in this game because of the abilities and because of, you know, you can just skip like huge amounts of stuff if you know exactly where you're going. Alright, jerk, wad, face. Nope. We're just gonna not care about that. Norse belt. So you buckle up, right? It's a buckle. Warm, powerful feeling around your waist. Your staff can now break down stone walls. All these walls we've been seeing, I can just destroy them now. I don't think this guy says anything different once you get it. Oh, that is from your experience under your belt. Haha! I'm sure you can tear down any obstacles. Wow. The ground is cracked beneath them. No. I was gonna say, that'd be brutal. I do have to get this before I go to the 4th dungeon, though. So it's not just a side item. This is like required item that you need. What am I doing it the hard way? I have the power. Oh, that's... We're finding all 3 DKC games for like $8 each in the store, huh? Yeah, that's nice. I went to a pawn shop when I was in school. I was in school in this tiny town in Indiana, and they had a pawn shop that had hundreds of video games at it. They were like $10 each, including lots of Atari 2600, NES, and I'm stuck down here. Oh. But yeah, lots of games that were really inexpensive, N64 and stuff. I found Conker's Bad Fur Day there once, and my friend got it. I was like, here's the game you wanted to play so much. He's like, yeah. Probably $15. I got Metroid there, or Super Metroid, for $7. But because I didn't have a Super Nintendo, I played it on my friend's Super Nintendo and then sold it for $40 on eBay. Like, alright. That's the best thing about pawn shops and flea market like places. A lot of the time they just have no idea how much things are worth. I got one of my older laptops from there. It was a Core i5 3300M or something like that. It was $399 if I looked online, used anywhere, and I got it for $200 flat. So my dad and I are there, and he's like, shouldn't we haggle? And I'm like, no, we should walk out as quickly as possible before they realize just how bad of a deal this is for them. He's like, oh, okay. Crap. I'm like, yes, this has a 120 gig SSD, and this is back in like 2016. 120 gig SSD, like 8 gigs of memory, and like a pretty good CPU, honestly, and a pretty decent screen on top of that. It was like a Dell Latitude for $200. I'm like, yeah. And now you can get better ones than that for $100. I mean, well, maybe not right now because of COVID-19, but before that, they were going for about $100. All those people playing Mega Man 8-Bit Deathmatch crying about how bad their hardware is from 1995 or 2005, whatever. You can get a 2013 or 14 computer in the form of a laptop for, you know, $100. I mean, a lot of these people don't have $100, but still. Maybe 110 or something because of shipping, I don't know. I was actually going to sell some laptops that were like in the Core i5 4000 range, like 4590 or I don't know exactly what they are. And those are like $150 maybe. Because at work we get rid of old stock, so let's just talk it on eBay. Alright, I've already been here. I'm gonna go left. My ping, 40 ping, yeah. I only needed second game since the first one before I was born. Found 3 a decade later and 2 months after. It's pretty cool. Alright, talk to you. Oh, I didn't talk to you. So last night in Sylvan Temple, we killed the guy that was in the water. You know, by accident, wink. And you know, the little kid wants him back, so we can talk to this necromancer. Hang on, that fresh grave over there. You wouldn't happen to know anything about it, would you? Where are you going with this? It reeks of sylvan water, and so do you. Now who's the reckless one, eh? But hey, I'm all about forgive and forget. If you want, I could give it a go trying to bring him back to life. He's so fresh, I'm sure it'll work. I'm not trying saying no. No? Really? How boring. Come back if you change your mind. Yeah. Fabulous, so exciting. Let's see. Hatu, Virata, Necktie, Nickel, Necromancy. Oh, the tombstone. It disappeared, but where is he? It should have worked this time. Hold on. I sense a house near a farm and a pig. I'll try looking around there. So next time I go back to the farm, I can talk to him because he's alive now. He'll be justifiably freaked out a little bit that he died and came back. But whatever, you know. Oh, look, a dungeon I can't get into yet. Probably gonna save that for its own stream, maybe on Sunday or something. Or maybe tomorrow. I thought I was gonna have plans tomorrow, but I guess not. Because that's how it goes. Wow, I can't believe I actually dodged that. Yeah, I've been here. Okay, I just went across. Might be a good place to put a tier, honestly. It's no saves in this area. Or no warps. So you go left and then down or up. I think there's a secret beneath me and the up doesn't actually go anywhere yet. Yeah. I don't remember which side this is on, but I'll try right. Cool. Oh, you get a free tier. Nice. Matrix? Okay, let this save. What do I want to go to next? Probably the fourth dungeon. Possibly get upgrades too. So I'll go down and right, and then we can warp. Oh, that's catacombs, isn't it? Maybe there's more... Yeah, there's more keys I can use, I think. Yep. Yeah, catacombs turns out to be a fairly large area, which I thought was pretty cool. Oh, this is the place that I got to where I couldn't get past. Oh, nice to open that door at least. I suppose I'll light the torch. Oh, you... Yeah, his fire is more powerful than my spiky block moving at 50 miles an hour. Oh, that's a bug I saw earlier too, where you get on a ladder at the wrong time or angle, and then it just doesn't work. Just stop doing that. Let's go and try re-triggering that. Oh, pretty sure it's frame perfect. Maybe I'm not doing it right. Okay, warp to Westwood. Yeah, I've been to Central Alwa. Okay. Just look at that. This is a super useful ability to turn yourself blue. Which is only useful really for a few things, but whatever. This is a new Metroidvania with your soundtrack. Yeah. Okay, I can probably do more in the library, but there's no point right now because I'll wait until the fourth chapter. The Central Alwa is all these areas that are like all this stuff. So this massive area that I've already mostly carved out. There's a bit up there in the top right that I haven't seen, so maybe I'll try that. Just for secrets. I can also do Mire right now, I suppose. In fact, I probably should do Mire. Right, there's this. Didn't I thought I was already over here at some point, but I guess it's a different area that's similar. Oh, oh no. I don't have float. Oh yeah, I do have float block. Good. It's like the only way to get this. That's an interesting animation. Oh. This is the most useful ability in the game, I'm pretty sure. In terms of the additional abilities you can get. Maybe the water spikes are also pretty useful. Yay, orb. Jerkfish. Crimson Howler is my NPC. Huh. I don't actually know who that is, though. The song in the cave ruin thing during the non-progression part, I guess, kept reminding me of something. I think it was your Quince theme from GP2 Remade. Huh. Oh, cool. Crimson Howler. Huh. Is like a NPC I can talk to? Shirtless guy with the beard. Oh, ha ha ha. Yeah, I know where that is. In fact, I'm actually walking up to it now. The guy that makes Zoe feel uncomfortable because he's just standing there with a bunch of corpses around, yeah. What has happened here? Nothing? But there are bones everywhere. Alright, the bones. They were already lying around when I got here. Okay. So what exactly are you doing here? This cave is right under Arcane Halls. Pretty much the creepiest place I know of, and that I wouldn't want to get in there. Or what I wouldn't want give to get in there. Believe me, I made every effort, but it seems you need some kind of magic to pass through the walls. Sounds interesting. Maybe there's a certain spell that would help? Well, good luck with that, and stay safe. Yeah, it's... I just like to chop things up, you know? It helps me unwind. Chopped up a lot of stuff, jeez. He's not wrong about this place, though. It's pretty crazy. I was getting across the stuff fast. I'm impatient. There's no warps. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, I can get more health because Rose Petal Man. Honestly, I probably should. I keep dying to dumb stuff. I not have any warps. Ugh. I need a warp next to them with the garden. There. La la. A Rouge? Yeah. Rouge by 4 Triumph. I'm like, Rogue? My brain. I used to say Rouge a lot in World of Warcraft to make all the rogues mad. Hehe, wouldn't mind giving them to me? Yes. Here's your reward. 1 HP. I mean, these 4! I have no idea how many I've got. Probably 0. Yeah. Yeah, the axe guy, he's just like, I like killing stuff. Alright, now we get to go... Actually, we get to go to the mire. This is always fun, this area. So, we wouldn't be able to get through this without the dash ability. The water is a one-hit kill. It also destroys anything that gets in it, so block will not float on it. If I go up, I think it just goes left. Yeah. We can at least unlock the gateways to get here. That guy just kamikazed. There we go. Now we've got the strings of belt, we can just destroy that. Yeah, I thought those bugs would be like a problem or something, but they're just kind of there. I know now that they're not dangerous, but I thought they were, like in one of the older builds. Oh, right. Cool. I'm just gonna go down here because you should go down here, quote unquote. A tear, that was worth it. This place sounds depressing. Okay. I don't know if I want to put warp here or not. It doesn't really matter. Oops. This is bad. Oh, you guys. So I really like this in the background. You have the monk with the robes on and a hand up. And you got this like weird metal thing where the monk would be, and it's just like a robe rack. Kinda like that. It's neat. Showing the disrepair, I guess. Well. If they were dangerous, you'd have just made the sickest air dash through them. Yeah. I thought they'd be like one of those slow you down or something. Huh. Block OP. I make this like... Ooh, yeah. It's a tough jump. Well, I can't get through there, so I gotta go down. That's nice. Alright. I'm pretty sure this is a boss room. In fact, I'm gonna go left real quick and avoid these bubbles. What just hit me? What was that? I gotta show that to Elden Pixels later. Something hit me right here when there was nothing there. It's like the bubbles did or something. These bubbles all come up at once. Interesting. That was weird. But those bubbles all come up at the exact same time because the screen spawned them at the same time. Whereas if I do this, they come up at random times. Because of the scroll, probably. That's funny. Okay. Oh, right. That's nice. And you just get an orb from being behind here. It's here, which is pretty nice. Yeah, this block is just the best. Like, save. Even those aren't really necessary. Alright, here we go. Hi there. Stop right there, you assailant! Your step may be very well be your last. Whoa, wait a second, why what? I'm not here to pick a fight with you, whoever you are. It is I, the architect, who have built all the halls, keeps, and dungeons in Alwa. So you built all the dungeons you've been going through. It was overtaken by monsters, every single one. I was forced out of my own buildings, not 1, but 4 times. Am I upset? A bit, yes. Since I've just finished decorating this place, I won't let you merely waltz in and overrun it right from under my schnoz. I mean, it's already kind of overrun. There's already, like, mages and stuff, and, like, all these bugs. And the slimes, like, it's already pretty overrun. And also the poison water. I mean, want to spread your terminal further? You gotta go through me. Nah. Not so cocky now I'm your monster friends with you now, are you? But yeah, I'm gonna go through you. Oh, not let myself be evicted a 5th time. Okay. Oh, this guy, I remember now. Oh, ha. Yeah, he's not that hard. I actually knew how to fight him already. First time I did this, I got hit by a couple of those, but yeah, it's basically just avoid that and avoid the other one. Ah, I'm defeated, henceforth doomed to leave everything behind and listen for just a minute. Crying through the night mask. He's attacking with ha! Or try to breathe fire at me. Hello? And definitely not. This is wonderful news. Still. Wasn't always an architect, you know? I used to wield my sword for the Widdershins Guild. Combining the merits you say of... Or I guess you could say that I'm a guilding inspector. Ha! So that track, that song, was written for this pretty late, like this year. And they were like, yeah, we're like adding some mini bosses or something. This is one of them. The second mini boss you fight, that is from Widdershins Guild, which is another Widdershins Guild guy, is a lot harder. Like, this one's just dodge the thing, dodge another thing. The other one's like dodge these 15 things. How am I actually supposed to get up here is the question. I guess I'm supposed to have infinite orb? Can I do this normally is the question. Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure I'm not cheesing too much, you know. Need to jump right through. Incantation of Orbis. Probably my least favorite ability in this game. Because it's a protection thing. So yeah, this is my problem with this ability. You spawn 2 things around you. They go slower and slower and then they disappear. And they deal normal damage, I think. Yeah, 1 damage a hit. Which isn't great. Because my sword is easier to use, it has more range, and it doesn't just stop working. So this you also have to recharge. There's only 2 of them. So you have to get really close to enemies to use this. Like, it's dangerous. The only time it's useful is if something is above you. Because I don't think you have any other attacks in this game that hit things above you. Like here, it's like, what have I done? Oh, I've actually never gotten ensnared by those before. It kind of takes up an item slot too, so I mean, meh. Use warp. We're gonna go all the way left. I hope they revamp how that works. Like maybe shoot out the orbs or something, because right now it's pretty boring. That water shield, but significantly less bubbles. Yeah, it's 2. You can upgrade it to 4 if you get all the orbs. I think it's more than 75 orbs. You have 4. It's based on how many you currently have. All right. This is the person who woke you up. Not another step! Only the true hero of time is worthy enough to enter the sanctuary. Eh? What do you mean? I just told you. Okay, you just told me, but who is the true hero of time? Lady, I'm trying to play a game here, please. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to leave. Fine, kid. Whatever. That was basically this game's version of OK Boomer. Let's watch as I fail. Alright. Going left. So this is sort of not necessary, but I'll do it anyway, because it's fun to hit the bell. Yeah, it's Link. Oh! Yeah, that makes me think. Will she react differently if I have a green tunic? Man, if not, they should put that in, because that would be amazing. Where is the nearest? It's 2 up from her. That's kind of lame. Back to Westwood. Always back to Westwood. Okay, it's this one that we have to get. So I'll drop a couple of mine just to test this out. This is just a pure time waste on my part. I'm gonna go right back to Westwood and be like, give him my exploding block back, because nope. See, just timed it so it just was invincible basically. Alright, here we go. Wow, what a cool green tunic, yes! You look like a hero. It's really more of a poncho, but thanks. So what are you doing here in your hangout? It's a really cool game, Hero of Time. When I play it, I'm a sage who's waiting for a lost longest hero. Look exactly like the one I'm looking for. Nice. So it sounds like the sage sitting around waiting a lot, looking out the door. It's very exciting. Once I was the hero, but it was only no dodging. Okay. Most of the time it's Grandpa, and then I've got to come home to have supper. What's one of the characters' names? Oh, I almost forgot. The sage is supposed to present the hero with a cool item. Ah, I never actually got this before. That's cool. Thanks for playing. See you around. Nice. Yeah, I didn't actually expect that to work. So that's really cool that they put that in there. Man, I would have been, like when I was playing this before, trying to 100% the main game, I actually didn't end up 100%ing it, but came close. If I'd really tried, that one would have probably murdered me. Because I would have been like, where's the tier? They can't find. Alright, we'll get rid of that mostly useless ability. So, 5. Okay. Oh, dang it. It's like one button unassigns all of them at once, and the other buttons assign or cancel entirely. So, oh, I'm gonna warp back, of course. And here is the 4th dungeon wall, or door. Just basically gotta do this. And we'll break this one too for good measure. I like all these dead, like, protectors or whatever down there with the hoods. Interesting. Maybe they're all you. Because the hood does look sort of like your hood, right? Purple? Maybe. Alright, here we go. Heidi's Keep. Getting much here. So these spikes are glowing red. I kind of told them that they need to come up with a better way to show this, but if I try using the spike guard on these, you just die. Because these are special spikes that are gonna murder you in one hit. These are the one-hit kill spikes. I thought maybe having electricity on them or something, I don't know. But by the time I told them that, like, you know, the game was already about to be released, so they didn't have time to do anything. I do like that though, the drips. It's it gets complicated later on. Alright, I can actually make these into warps inside the dungeon, which is really nice. You can also technically do that in the first dungeon, but by that point you don't have any tiers. So yeah, this dungeon's long. It's pretty tough. Alright, so when I first saw this, I was like, well, it's like those one-way gates, or not one-way, just barrier gates in the previous dungeon. But no, you can walk right through that. Doesn't matter. All it does is turn off the ability that I'm about to get, kinda. It's been powered. So one of those exists, one of these pillar things exists in the bridge area, and I tried using my bubble on it. Doesn't seem to do anything. But when you use fire on this one, it powers the dungeon, which is kind of neat. Kind of like a nice in-world continuity thing. So I can now go upside down, so this is now VVVVVV. Hey, there was a special order from Wiley Labs, yes. So I can only go upside down or right side up at these points. So if I try doing it here, it doesn't work. It just reverses my controls. And if I use my abilities here, they all work the way they should work. They're not affected by gravity. So, oh, that was bad. So they're not as useful here. They can be though. Oh boy. Alright, these guys are tricky because when they hit you with a fireball, it doesn't hurt you. It just flips you, which can be very dangerous. Especially when they hit you just as you go across them, it doesn't feel like they hit you, so... Oh, right, Aha! 1 of 3. Oh, you're being a pain, aren't you? You eventually have to use those. Like, they start being the reason why you're able to go up and down. Is there anything over here? I just kind of didn't go here. Oh, yeah. That's useful. Oh, I wasn't even looking. All right. Okay. Oh, one of the drips hit me. I have to come back here later, upside down. That's the whole point, is to get to this room, but be upside down. Eventually. But you do by unlocking a door that has 3 different parts to it. Can't really do anything here yet. I can talk to the knight. That's nice. Oh, did you keep running into each other? Haha, yes. This place is a bit weird though. Everything is so grim and there's too many spikes for my liking. Yeah, she says somebody that likes to be creative maybe because she knows the architect made it. Enough of this atmosphere, let's meet again under better circumstances. Oh right, this is the end of the dungeon, the outer end of the dungeon. So I mean, this is the upper part of the Valley of Reprisal. So, again, the dungeons do flow into the real world, which is kind of interesting. I really kind of like that, actually. But normally there's a... Well, you can't use these for one, but normally there's like a reason, yeah, the door here is locked, so you can't really get past. I wonder what the point of being able to go upside down here is, other than looking at this lovely rose statue. I tried getting out, by the way. You know, can it be upside down in the real world? That would be hilarious. But no. It's really, really hard to even jump over that, and when you can, it's impossible. Like, they specifically put these spikes here to get you not out there. I'm sure someone will find a way one day, because people are crazy. Maybe there's some kind of glitchy storage going on that you could do to be able to get past there. I don't know. Ooh. Do I want to be here yet? Yeah, I guess. It's a little middle area. I probably have to be here for... Wow. That was tight. Oh, I don't have to be here. Neat. Well, this is tight. Can I just walk right? I'm not gonna risk it. Is there room above this? No. Ah, what I should be doing is setting more points. Yeah, there's the door I need to open. And now I can go down here, because these are active now. Oh. Wow, that looked like it hit those spikes. Oh, because it hit so fast, I guess? Yeah. That's a glitchy animation. Alright. Why would I need... Okay. Down here. I think we're coming across a mini boss soon. Probably through here, actually. Which I don't have the key for. I think they wanted me to have infinite bubble, but, you know, cheesing is my game. We'll try the fun way. Whoa! Okay. We'll try the boring way. Not gonna die that way. Oh, no, 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 what am I doing? Back down. Go right. There we go. I don't think I can hit this from here. I mean, I don't think I have time to. Oh no, I don't need to. There's the key on the right, which I can get to now. Cool little puzzle. Should I try going down to the right? No! Timing! That was bad. Like, oh, it was actually good because it brought me back to the key point. Yes, cheating is fun. Alright. Drop a tier because, again, I need these warps for traveling purposes. I think the area I was in was just above me, essentially, so... Yeah, that's how we got down here. Oh, hi. Haha! I'm upside down here now, or I probably shouldn't be able to be upside down. Oh. Boo. Yeah, that's actually how I got here, but whatever. I use the key. We're good. Now I get to deal with this. So you can only hit it while it's in midair. Oh. So the block does triple damage to it, so you have to hit it, I think 4 times normally. But I can do it twice, and it makes it a lot easier. Oh, the heart went away. That's unfortunate. Oh, not really. I can just save and get my health back. Alright, this is basically where we were, but since we've already done it, I can just... Oh... So we need another key for this, which should have been that key, but I was dumb and, you know, wasted it. Alright, let's see if it's possible. I'm just wasting time, apparently. Let's see if it's possible to go back down there to the bottom right. Where I died before, and hopefully not mess up the timing. Doesn't really matter too much if I do. There we go. Oof. That was nasty. See those spikes right there? That is nasty. Wow. Cool. Petals are nice. Some Hollow Knight thing with that helmet or whatever it is. Yeah. I know what you mean. It sort of looks like Hollow Knight. Had I been to those rooms on the right, on the bottom? No, I hadn't. Okay. Well, the convenience of warps. So my question is... I'm going to save before I try this. There was a problem with ladders and these things before. Does it still happen? No. At least, not that I can tell. Good. Or like warp incorrectly. And off we go. We're gonna go right here, because I don't think we've been right very much. Those invincible little blobs. Right in there. What's the one spot on this map that can instant kill me? Right there. So smart. Super rip. I went through that droplet, didn't I? There. Oh. Oh, no. Easy enough. Very smart. Just stand on the drip. Yeah, rip, right? Are we supposed to be upside down? Yeah. I mean, I know I can get over there just fine. With my current abilities. Okay. Oh. Kinda do want to go right, though. Pika Key was nice. I can go in that one room that I haven't been able to go to. I think it's another one of those shadow demon things. Oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. It's fine. I guess I just die like an idiot. Alright. I want that orb. Oh. I wonder how delayed this stream is, because like when I die, I see Rip like 20 seconds later, so it's really delayed apparently. But oh well. Maybe that's my connection's fault. I think it's just buffering out the video because it knows it needs to, because the upload isn't going to stay super consistent, but it's not bad. I'm uploading at 4 megabits per second just about, which is fine for this sort of material. It's great because my new internet connection actually has 20 megabits up, which my old one only had 5. Let's see if I can do this. Well, okay. Oh, OBS. I am using OBS. One sec. Where does it tell you where the delay is? I don't actually see that. I just see like the stats on the bottom right, like kbps, CPU, recording time, drop frames, etc. Yeah, okay, maybe that's fine then, because it is on normal. I didn't want to put it on super low latency. It just seems like it was longer now than it was when I started, but maybe I'm going crazy. Yeah, bottom right, it just says kbps for me. kbps, 60 fps, 7% CPU. Because my CPU is beastly. Which is like easy for it to do all day. How am I running around like a pleb? I should be warping around like a pleb. Oh, I need to go way up to the top and left. Actually, no, to the right and left. Here, down, to, and left. Oh. Yeah, no bubble use in here. Nice. That is 2, I think. Neat. Oh. I knew I was gonna do that. Well, it's just an orb, I guess. even though I probably should go get it. I didn't save that one, did I? So bad. So I need to go up, and then just the path that leads up, basically. So, up one and left, which I think is a key door. No, it's not. And I'm going to use it here, and that is the last one, I think. Oh, I have 3 more, wow. Another one of these fights. This one's probably the hardest by far, just because of this fact. Really hard to hit it that first time. Oh, there's more hits in it. Maybe I can just slash it this time. I don't know how much. Oh, it's got more than 4 hits this time. It's probably like 8 or 9. There we go. So yeah, I hit it effectively for 10. That was just the second monster eye. You just need to find that door. I died last time I tried that, so I'm glad I did it. The spikes are nasty. I can go up. And we can go up in another room, that's about it. I sworn there was another key door I'm missing. Ooh, we can't go up there because that's actually where the boss is. Oh, there it is. Down 2 from here. I thought I already tried going down 2 from here. Maybe I'm crazy. Nope. It was the other room that looked similar to this. There we go. It's only really possible to... Oh. This thing's pretty nasty. There. It's only possible to hit it when it's going up and down. And I can't hit it with my block. Because it's upside down. The first one is just immensely easier because of the fact that it lets you... There we go. It lets you just go up and down freely in the middle. There we go. Open up. Now we need to go upside down here and then warp over there. And we should be basically ready to go to the final boss. Play it safe-ish. Lazy warp right. And here we are. Oh, that tier. Well, I can get it with my trusty water ability. Yes! Now that's much harder to get. I pretty much have to come back here not upside down. I'll do that later. So I have to avoid those doors. Or gates, I suppose. Keep on walking. That almost hit me. Can't believe it didn't. And here we go. Now I can open this. I don't know what's even over here. Oh, another tier. Nice. That's tricky. Oh, I saved. So we're good. That's tricky though. Those things flip you upside down. Boss time. This boss, when I first played it, was really easy, and I don't think it's that much harder now, but it's a little challenging. Except I'm dumb. The thing about it now is it does those attacks that go side to side. You can just hit it with your fire ability. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to block up so I can get higher. That's terrifying, though. Terrifying. Yeah, it's too easy to hit the boss. Eventually, you just kind of post in a corner and, like, just keep hitting it. Yeah. Pretty intimidating. Ooh, that's a problem. Oh, so close. Aha. That doesn't even hit me. Yeah, not a hard boss, but like kind of takes timing and not really even aim, just timing. And don't hit the middle. Unsubbing for that joke, yeah, pretty much. Eye mouths, yeah. Having defeated the last demon, Zoe suddenly felt her heart turn over her chest. Triumph was replaced by a cold sense of sadness. Something had happened to Saga, she just knew it. Aww. Saga looks like she's crumpled over in a heap on the right. We have a save anywhere near here? I'll still go right because I need to explore that part of the map. How many petals do I have? Just one. Lame. Oh, there's another petal. I think you can, yeah. I think that was the last petal I got when I was trying to 100% those. There's a lot in the dungeons too, I just haven't gotten because I wasn't able to at the time. Oh, one here too. Again, wasn't able to at the time. Okay. Block, bubble, and this. And fail. Right, I need to, yeah, this one's tough. Yes! Again, if I had infinite bubble, this would be much easier, but that is some crazy timing there. Oh. Trying to do this without cheesing it. Yeah, there we go. So it's doable without cheese methods like infinite bubble hop, etc. Or, you know, block chain hop. Because later on you really can chain, so I should definitely do that before we go to the final place. Get the upgraded ability stuff. Collect here. And I might as well make this a warp point because there's nothing near it. And we'll go see Saga. First we gotta see Wizard, who doesn't have a name anymore, because no one likes him. Sure, Bubble Pop. It's incredibly useful. It's the only other ability I find terribly useful. Other than, I suppose, the Bouncing Fire ability, which is... it does double damage, which is nice. Other than that, it's really not that great. It's really good in one boss fight. Not everything else is kind of okay. There's no music. Yeah, that's why the bubble's useful. In fact, it nullifies the usefulness of the other thing. So I said this is useful if stuff's above you, right? Because you can't really attack above you. But now, with the bubble ability, completely worthless. Oh no! What happened? It was Vicar and his protectors over in the library. An unmatched fight, to say the least. Hey. They didn't know about my Incantation of Umbra. Quite handy, wouldn't you say? Like a ghost? That could have its uses, I guess. His name is not done for yet. The Umbra will be persuaded back to the body eventually. Yeah, she can basically just go into ghost form and, you know, leave her broken, battered body. Some areas seem just out of reach. Focus on a point beyond the wall, and I'll lend you a spiritual hand. Yep, you can teleport now. Well, not yet. But she helps you with it. And this is where the beginning of the game was. I played right into his hands. How could I have been so foolish? Yeah, I had a feeling it's just gonna pop out of my body. Yep. Foolish indeed! Minus 10. Oh, that was the dumbest way I could have read that. My intention should have been obvious to you, but your love for that pitiful place blinded you in a favorable manner. Favorable for me. The book you knew would follow you, and that I... Ooh. Give me that book. I want those powers. I want the ability just to yank anything towards you. You had the book. Yes, it was clear from the very start. Whatever this old wretch's plan was, it had utterly failed as usual. But here's where our paths part, and they may never cross again for your sake. Wahahaha. Maybe an old fool of a wretch, but I will never give up. We must never give up, so. Aw. I'm entrusting you with the Incantation of Umbra. Make good use of it and go after Vicar. Get the book back. Pretty much. Always fate is always, depending on it, you'll be finally able to return home. That was the best way you could have read that. Agreed. So I could use this and murder this guy. But I think I'm going to use the bubble, just to show something interesting. He doesn't block the bubble, from what I remember. Yeah, it just knocks the shield out no matter what. Makes the bubble pretty ridiculous. Yeah. So now I can just teleport through small gaps in walls. It's kind of neat. So with this one, we go up. Oops. Oh. Apparently it can be larger gaps. Oh yeah, I know it can be larger gaps from later on. Yeah, look at that. Skilly skill. Catastrophe. That was odd. It didn't like fade back in, it just kind of popped. And here's the top of the tower that I was saying, why would I want to climb it? Literally nothing up here at the beginning of the game, especially. Alright, screw you guys. Maybe a little broken. That was a large gap. What? It's not letting me... Oh, now it is. Of course. I hate it when I try jumping and I accidentally, I accidentally used this ability. I've timed it wrong. Oh, my bubble failed me. Okay. There we go. You have to be a little precise with the height sometimes. This gap area here, I don't think you can use the ability to cross it. Oh, yeah, I guess you can. Maybe I'm just bad. Musketeer. Look, several gaps. Not useful though. Alright, neat. And that's why I didn't want to go up there before, because just go down here, do a thing. I've already been to everywhere on the map except for a couple places. In the keep, honestly, on the right. Probably where the other petals are. Go back to Alwa, get some upgrades. It's always what we do. Six. So it probably wants me to upgrade to this. Upgrade's unavailable. Sure. This is still useful. I might as well try to get it at some point before the fight for that's really useful. Well, I think I might be close to calling it. Now that we've done this part. Oh, I can kill that guy up there. This is always tough. You will get hit just because that's how it is. You know, I never checked on that one librarian guy who's in the corner, I guess, at the top. Those are elevators on the side, by the way, but they don't really go anywhere at this point. Or where I care about. I guess these areas are like labeled by the chapter, like 1. But I know there's like a 4 and a 5, so I'm not sure about that. you say anything different? Nope. Kind of like the old games. Books. Yeah. I thought he'd be like, Saga died? But no. He's too far in the library to know. This was a bad idea. I didn't save when I came in here, did I? So, yeah, that's fine. Use warp. We'll go to Arcane Halls, and then I'll probably end the stream. I wonder how large of a gap we can cheese. I'm just gonna be using this all day. Why not? So I think the first time I did this, I tried using it too high up or something, and it didn't work. So I was like, I can't get in, so I searched the map. That's probably where another hour of gameplay came from. I searched the map. It was just like, nah. So there's that. Well, cool. I'm glad that you've enjoyed these streams. Yep, here it is, Arcane Halls. This gets its own stream. I mean, it's going to take at least an hour. Probably about an hour to get through. So this is one of the tracks that changed the most from my first rendition of it to now. I like this version a lot more too. This happened with a few tracks actually. In fact, I can just bring those up, I guess. I'll probably be hearing this track a lot tomorrow, so. Game, a pretty full map now. Not every single secret's found. I mean, 1% in this area, right? Even though I've not even seen anything. 67, 72, 59, 77, 92, 92. 77, 72, 91, 89, 90, 75, 100%. This is 4 blocks. 86 and 91. So, there's definitely more secrets to find. I mean, a lot of those in the 50s and 60s. Have all the items but one. What is that? Harmony's Rose. Oh. Ha! I have not actually gotten this on the save file. That's interesting that it puts it here. This is if you get all the health upgrades. You get a rose for it. What is this? I have it on my other save. It's another ability though. Like this is a flight ability through the dash. That's to kill everything. Where's the ember? Oh, it's the pendant. The bell. Key, map, staff, elixir. And blank. Man, I'm like missing a whole item. I just don't know what it does. Cool. Orbs. Okay, I guess I gotta quit the menu. I'm gonna check my actual file. Oh, music box, of course. Of course. That makes so much sense. I haven't killed all the zombies, so I won't be able to get it. I have to go back and do that tomorrow. So, yeah, blank screen. I can show you some soundtrack stuff, though, because why not? Tidal waves. Come on. Oh. This program likes to sit here and wait because my secondary hard drive will sit there and spin down, so it'll take 10 seconds to load. Rose Castle was another example. Oh, okay. Abandoned Ruins. This song that I played at the beginning of the stream. This track, it's kind of, you know, chill, echoey. It sounds pretty, you know, laid back, like a dungeon music, I guess, would be. Yeah, I'm trying to find the original file. This is not how it originally sounded at all. There's one part that I really liked from the original file that this one has a lot less impact to me. So, I don't know, like, I kind of like this one okay now, but I like the original one more, but it doesn't fit. So originally this song was written for the bridge, Cloaky's Bridge. But I thought it was going to be more of a, like, adventurous, like, running through this big area. But it was this tiny little area that was supposed to sound kind of, I don't know, like, evening and calm. So I'm like, oh, well, I'd be told this for one of the dungeons. So this phrase I like a lot. Switch it to Winamp, I guess. Is the Winamp window? Nope. I've been in ruins, yes. Yeah, Winamp. An entire 720p of Winamp. So yeah, been in ruins. The original version of the song sounded like this. So this is the original version that wouldn't fit a dungeon really. This is way more upbeat. This would be like if you're being chased by a boss or something. Or like running away from an explosion that's constantly moving, or I don't know. Yeah, upbeat adventure, that's what I called it originally. Yeah, it's pretty much the same at this point as the other one. Another one that's very different is the boss theme for that exact same dungeon, which I always intended to be the boss theme, so that's good at least. But they wanted me to slow it down again because it's just a face on a wall that like winks at you and shoots little things at you. A lot of the other bosses in this are a lot more dynamic, so I wrote really like bombastic, really fast sounding pieces for them. And then for this one, they wanted it to be slower because again, it's just like the ruins wall. So I like how this one turned out, especially this part. This part sounds better than the original one by far, but the last part that I liked a lot in the original one doesn't sound as good here. So it's kind of a trade-off. Desmond Grimm. I'll probably make this bigger so it doesn't look so bad on the stream. Or it's less pixelated. Less filtered, I don't know. This part, though, doesn't sound as good to me. It sounds fine, but I don't know. Original one is Boss 3, I think. Yeah, the original version of this sounds like this. I thought maybe since you're changing times and stuff, maybe the first part of the boss should start with the slower one, and when the time changes, it goes to this one. But this is a lot more hyper sounding. galloping kick drum. Yeah, kind of like a phase 2, but yeah, I like the last part. Yeah, there's the loop. That's actually a really nice thing about Winamp. It's kind of the reason I still use it. It's a big reason. One, it supports every file format, sort of like foobar, but two, this is an OGG file, and I can perfectly loop them. Oh, yeah, the hard drive had to... Oh, it crashed. That's good. Winamp, everyone. But yeah, I can perfectly loop this thing. So it's really nice to detect loop points and stuff like that. Make sure they work, and not have to go to Goldwave to do so, or just listen. I could just keep this playing all day, and it literally would loop forever. If you don't set the settings up right, then there's like a little gap, a buffer underrun, so you can force it not to. I guess there's a second revision, but still it's the same thing. More stuff that changed. There's a decent amount. I mean, I got old versions of a lot of these that are just sort of like slightly different. Oh, the Vortex. Hey, this thing has been called lots of different tracks, and it should be the Abandoned Cellar, I think. In fact, I should do that before doing the final area. Yeah, we got Abandoned Cellar and Fighting Enough Tears, which should happen at Abandoned Cellar. Abandoned Cellar is probably one of the trickiest parts of the game because there is no map. It's just blank. And a lot of the rooms look very similar, I think on purpose. So you go into a room and it's just like, have I gone here before? And the answer is no, but you think you have, and you start navigating incorrectly, and it gets kind of awesome. With a pretty fun boss at the end, actually. It's like actually pretty hard. Right, Curse Serpent's pretty much the same. Like a lot of these are pretty much one shot takes. Like this thing with a snake boss. This is exactly how the beta sounded. Like I just made this and it was good. So Boyd's Farm, Sylvan Keep. I'm just kind of going through all these. Cloaky's Bridge was a late addition, but not that late compared to the mini boss theme. In fact, the mini boss theme's not even on this list because I made it so recently. So yeah, mini boss theme. I think this turned out pretty well for like a mini boss kind of theme. It's about 30 seconds long. For a while, let's see if I can. Yeah, I can do this. Edit the channels. For a while, there was no melody. I just I came up with all the chords and the idea for that, and almost made that the actual theme. And I'm like, I should put a melody of some kind here, and that's what took the longest. It was just rewriting, and I finally got a really like memorable sounding simple melody, especially for the second part where it just goes da 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 da. Oh, my voice sucks, but this is what it originally sounded like. You know, no melody if I muted the right channel. Nope. Oh, this is I'm dumb. This is actually MP3. Like muting channels and not so fatso. In fact, I need to switch players if I'm gonna show you that. Finish game projects, Alwa's Legacy. This is probably in this file. Yep. And I can show you the cool piano view if I'm using this one. Track information. SF play, track info. Yep. There. So the song originally sounded. Nope, like this. So no melody. Yeah, it definitely sounds better with the melody, and kind of worked out more than I thought it would. I think that also turned out well, the timbre changing like that. There's a lot of stuff with this in the second where it all kind of morphs. Nope. Fade out. I guess it set to 1 minute 18 seconds because of another thing I did. Oh, yeah, I got everything on here, I guess. Intro area. It's always fun to watch these on this keyboard interface. Yeah. It's a lot more easy to see what's going on. I kind of want to make an interface that splices this with the oscilloscope views I like so much in my videos. Maybe put it at the bottom or something. But I'd basically be taking two videos and then stitching them together, which might compromise the quality a bit. Oh yeah, there's those VRC6 string or squares pretending like they're strings. It kind of sounds like string instruments. If I mute them. Those high notes. I need to reset the timer on this because it's way too short. It's like not even 73 seconds. Yeah, let's say 400 seconds because why not? Westwood, the library. Yeah, this one's actually pretty fun to watch. It'll be fun also down here with the DPCM channel, because this is one of the few that uses the DPCM for harmony or melody. I think it's the only track that uses DPCM for melody. Because often you see like this start moving down here with actual melodies, so kind of fun. So yeah, it's a nice one. Will the soundtrack be published? Yes, we're going to be putting it out sometime next week. I think Tuesday or Wednesday or something. I'm getting it up on all the big streaming sites like Spotify and iTunes and all that nonsense. And Bandcamp like I normally do, so pay what you want there. And they're going to put it on Steam. So I'll have several different avenues for people to get it. Like if they want to pay for it on another avenue, that's fine, or they can get it for free on Bandcamp. Or pay for it on Bandcamp, really. It doesn't really matter. I always like having my stuff available, at least in Bandcamp for free, because, I don't know, just nice to have it. A lot of people can't pay for a soundtrack as well as a game. Sometimes it is that they can't pay for it, or they just don't have the, $10 or whatever people always ask for these kinds of things. Or I feel it's weird. I'm asking the same amount as the game costs in some cases. That's what Outer Minds did the first time I released the soundtrack with them. Is I think they priced the soundtrack at the same price as the game that people were downloading. Initially, it was twice as much because the platforms were like $10 and the game's $5. So I'm like, no one's gonna pay double the game's price for the soundtrack, and I was sort of right. Some people did though, not very many. Bandcamp will be on there. This right here is not actually from Winamp. This is from NSF Play. There's a version of NSF Play on Winamp, but it's really old. Well, actually, no. I think Raiden Warriors updated it, but yeah, NSF Play 2.4 is pretty updated and works pretty well. So Garden, first dungeon. This is a pretty fun track to watch, from what I remember. It's just climbing the same notes as the actual keys, so it's really hard to actually see what the melody is playing. That's funny. Yeah, pretty much to support the creator, wink. Yeah, I like that. The one chord that's like augmented chord, I guess, that he used in this here, because it's supposed to sound like you're panicking while you're playing it. So this part, yeah, you basically be emulating it being across like all the notes at once, I guess. There's an actual exporter for FTM to MIDI, and whenever it sees arpeggios like that in instruments moving really fast back and forth, it just assumes they are a chord if it's a loop. Unfortunately, in FamiTracker, most of the time I do those manually, so it doesn't really work. Or maybe it's not instruments, maybe it's actually the arpeggio command itself, but it doesn't really matter too much. Buying it from Bandcamp, I'm receiving 85% of the money. Unless you buy it on certain days during the COVID-19 stuff where they're not charging any money for them. But I think they always take 15%. The other outlets take 30 or something like that. It's more. So yeah, you're giving me more money through Bandcamp, I guess. But I still like getting money from the other ones too. I mean, Spotify, most of my money comes from Spotify and Google streaming, I guess. I don't get a whole lot through direct buys through those, but most of it's through Spotify, just like streaming audio. And I get a good amount. Like, so when I was I used DistroKid for that stuff. When I was first using it, I went about 7 months when my phone broke. I'd been going for 7 or 8 months with that thing. And I was like, wow, I've got like $200 in my DistroKid account. I'm just going to transfer that over to PayPal, and I can actually afford a decent sort of Android phone. And yeah, cool. So my phone actually completely broke. Like the screen was unusable, and replacing it would have been as much as buying a new phone for that one specifically. So that was frustrating. And I made basically $200 over 7 or 8 months of time over DistroKid. And I was like, that's pretty neat. I'm actually making money through this platform. now, because I've released so much more content, and I put the Mega Man 2 soundtrack mostly up there. I'm getting closer to 100 a month, so that's pretty nice. Just to have that extra little bit of cash. You know, I'll be like, man, I'm either short or like kind of cutting it close, and it's like, nah, I'm good. I've got that DistroKid money. It's just constantly rolling in. So that's nice. So let's see. Loki's Bridge, Central Alwa, Boyd's Farm, Miserable, Happy Version. Okay, Dungeon 2. I really like this track too. Specifically the second set of melodies. Yeah, Spotify is most of the revenue I get from DistroKid. Bandcamp is by far the most I get overall. Like, by far. So, Bandcamp's easily the biggest amount of money I make per year from all these things. Well, maybe not easily. It's probably close to the DistroKid. Well, if I release a big album, it's pretty easily, yeah. Oh yeah, this is different from the beta ones. So you see these orange notes are all being held. For a long time they weren't. They were going dun 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 like that throughout the whole song, which they go back to doing here. Dun 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 dun. Which doesn't work as well for the melody parts. So I like the fact that they're held. It sounds a lot nicer to me. It's one of those tweaks I came up with several months after writing it, and I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, this part, the I was like, it'd be interesting to have like a bunch of notes in a row like that on the same note. It's sort of a pitfall that I think a lot of composers fall into, especially with electronic music, is they kind of forget I can hit the same note multiple times in a row. In fact, it's really natural to do this with a lot of music, especially vocal music. You know, any song, Twinkle, twinkle, little star, like you're saying a word and you're breaking up into two syllables, so it's dun, 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 dun. And a lot of composers, and myself included early on especially, but a lot of composers early on will just kind of like randomize the notes a bit. Well, I don't want to sound like I'm repeating stuff too much, so instead of dun, 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 they'll be like dun, 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 dun. Like, I've seen it a lot with a lot of tracks, and it makes it really hard to be memorable, I guess. It's interesting, even like in small little phrases like that. Another thing about this song, by the way, is that this like that little thing keeps going for the whole song. So here it's going on those notes, obviously. And then the second part, it goes on the bass. Or there's a lower one playing here. So, yeah. It's pretty much always playing, at least in some form. Like, it does kind of a moderation of, or a different version of it here. So I think that's kind of interesting that it just always plays, and I kind of planned that, but I kind of didn't. I didn't realize it was throughout the entire piece, so it's kind of neat. Let's see. The boss already played. This is an interesting track. It's extremely different from the original one, and it's probably better. The original one's pretty goofy sounding for the first part. So this is the track in the game. This sounds kind of like ominous, but like hopeful. It's interesting for the first part. But they wanted to sound more somber. You know, either version probably could have worked, but I like this part better in this version, though. There's a lot more nuance in the harmony and like actually, you know, it's fleshed it out a lot more. But the first version, if this is the right file, sounds like this. That's wrong. Oh, come on, where's my... Alright, what date? Village 2, oh, I guess it's, well, that, okay, this is the first Village song I tried doing, which sounds like a city thing. Sounds like this. Nope, that's the wrong file, yeah. This turned out to be an aborted song. I'm just not using it at all. I kind of forgot about that one. Another one, or the other one that's weird that's in this folder, but okay. Nope, that's still the wrong one. Do I not have the other one at all? Still this one. Village 2? Okay, yeah, this is the one that sounds like really upbeat and happy at the beginning and then kind of goes into less happy. I don't have an SF4 anymore. Looks like half Sunsoft, half Capcom. Also remember Ricky and Vicky. Yeah, kinda, I guess. Yeah, that track, like they were like, well, we like the second half, but the first half, it sounds kind of like a carnival, and I'm like, yeah, it kind of does, like, like a circus almost, especially with the do 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 do, like, So I changed that, but the second half was a lot more nuanced in the actual track, which I like a lot. So this, they were like, we want a depressing theme for the mountains. They actually almost got me to rewrite this. As in, we're not sure it fits the area anymore. Which I kind of agreed with. I'm like, kind of doesn't, but they never really, neither of us got around to doing it, I guess. So it still works. Yeah, this sounds a lot more dreary than like the... You're just in the mountains getting stuff and these birds are trying to kill you, I guess. I thought it was going to be like, you know, Dead Wind Pass or whatever from WoW, where it's like everything's dead, except for these horrible spirit things that try to engulf your soul. I don't know. It's kind of what I was going for. Definitely didn't fit that well, but it fits okay. It's at least different from the other music. I already played that. This guy... Catacombs. It sounds dark and scary. That was the point. DAC bass. That's why the time of the goes messages. I just was looking at my phone actually. Quantum Quince. Huh. This song's actually pretty long. It's almost 2 minutes. Well, 2 minutes and 5 seconds. That's pretty long. Alright, this track is pretty close to the... I mean, this is the first thing I wrote for them. So they come to me, and they're like, hey, we like your music. You know, one of our music guy from the last game. I want to say it wrong, so I'm not going to try. At least... yeah, Robert Crease, but like his name on... Well, I guess it's just Crease on the different sites. Yeah, he wrote the soundtrack for Alwa's Awakening, and they're like, well, he's not going to be able to write for this for whatever reason. I don't know. So we want to get you. How are you at writing, like, you know, some like dark medieval fantasy music or something? And I'm like, oh ho ho, like I enjoy doing this. So I wrote a dungeon theme for my first one, and this was the final dungeon they put up. Alright, it's backwards. So I actually have this reversed in terms of the stereo from normal. Channel mixer. So normally I've got the squares on the middle and the VRC6 on the sides. And I reversed that for pretty much this one track. Make sure it's correct. Okay. Go. Alright, so I think it turned out pretty well. I really like this middle part. I use the bass as a melody. So this stuff. So I think that turned out pretty well. I really like that middle part where the bass is the melody. I'd never really tried doing that before that much. Kind of with Ricky and Vicky on one of the tracks, but it's not really bass. It's sort of just bassy-ish. This is like the bass entirely becomes the melody, so that's kind of neat. And I thought about, you know, making a spin-off track of that, but it didn't really work out at all. It sounded kind of goofy actually, so I was like, nah. And yeah, for the backing of that, especially the second part where the saw wave joins in. Oops. Right here. Dun, 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 dun. And then that little high note there with the saw wave. It's like I'm trying to emulate Hiosphoros's music, because like he does it a lot in his tracks, where it's like the saw wave is this higher pitch note in the harmony. So I'm like, okay, I'm basically just ripping off him with that one idea. So I gotta set my panning back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty much. There we go. I think I should just save files and just not worry about this, but you know. Okay. Reading chat. Oh, C64, huh? A 30-minute non-looping song. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about, because there's like a four friends know about it. There's a oscilloscope video about that. I want to say, oh, what's his name? Rolf R. Bakke. Yeah. I don't care about that. I care about the Wally Beeben's Tetris music, I think. Yeah, Wally Beeben's Tetris music or something. Because it's 25 minutes long. Oh, Gordian Tomb. This thing. Yeah, Thomas Ditchert's Gordian's Tomb. Or Gordian Tomb. Is that also Thomas Ditchert, the other one? No, Wally Beeben. Yeah, that's what I said. So, Gordian Tomb. Yeah. No looping, 60 hertz. Like, that is crazy. But this sounds very Sid-like to me. So, I really like C64 music that is doesn't sound like a C64, I guess. So this is okay, but it does a lot of the phasing stuff too. We'll see. Oh, I'm gonna skip ahead because this is 30 minutes long. Yeah, it uses some C64 kind of sounding stuff, but otherwise it's pretty interesting, actually. And now it sounds like a C64 track. With the square waves that are just like moving around and stuff. Let's see, ones I like. Mr. Marvelous is a pretty good example of a crazy one. Man, I should have a video for this. I guess it's on YouTube, anyone can look it up, but do I have Chrome settings? Come on. Hardware acceleration is off. Therefore, I might be able to actually record this. Let's do window. Nah, let's do area capture. Display capture image. I thought I could do a very specific area on this thing. I guess. Window capture. Sure. Let's do Chrome. And you can see all my open tabs and everything. Doesn't really matter that much. Oh, also it's not centered. That's magical. Okay, cool. 720p, you really rock. part I like the most is coming up soon. Oh, maybe like 20 seconds. I like how the middle line is just reinforcing the voice line, the marvelous, marvelous. But it's just a sine or a saw wave going, you know, B B B B with it. Otherwise, it would sound too thin. Yeah, this song is by Jammer, and he's ridiculous. Yeah, this. How is the C64 making this sound again? But yeah, pretty much what the song is just more of this stuff, the Vocaloid. That middle part's usually the best part for me, so. There's also C64 Skype track. Yeah, Skype people. This thing is ridiculous. That song was called Mr. Marvelous. Also, this track only uses triangle waves. They use filters on them, but it's all triangle. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Like, yeah, it's called Sky People if you want to listen to the rest of it, but it's just insane. They made the little Skype ditty into an actual track that just uses triangle and manages to sound really good. So another one that's pretty amazing is oh, what was it called? What was GRG in cyberspace, which is always going to be frustrating to me because I grew up not knowing about the C64, and by 2000 or so, when I started using the internet more, I finally learned about, oh, the C64 existed, and so did all these old computers other than the Atari ones. And people are like, it's so popular, and you know, the best sound chip and stuff. And I didn't think so. I thought the NES was the best sound chip. And every C64 track I heard was just the same. You got a square wave, and it's going through the duty cycles, kind of going wow, wow. It sounds really dirty and bad. And the drums are all weird because they didn't know how to harness them very well. So a lot of like classic tunes I'm not a huge fan of just because of the actual sound of them, not really the composition. There's a couple exceptions like Monty on the Run. I always liked that track. And a couple other random ones that were pretty cool, but other than that, I would just discount a lot of it. But then I heard GRG in cyberspace like 2 or 3 years ago when I started doing all this oscilloscope stuff, because one of the people who was doing that made an oscilloscope of it. It's ridiculous, and it existed in 1999, so I would have been able to hear it pretty much my entire time on the internet, but it just never got that big, I guess. Like, so I'm like, well, I could have heard this 20 years ago. C64, what was the other one? Oh, the TR-808 track. Or maybe it's just called 808. Yep, 808 Love. Okay, Skullman, see you later. Now, again, this is how is it making these sounds again? This is the kind of like next level sound design I would expect out of this sort of chip if given enough time, essentially. And I didn't know what happened. L-Man is just like super good at this shit. Yeah, this is just pure like ridiculously good sound design. Yeah, it's crazy. This one's called 808 Love. So go look that up if you want to hear the rest, because I'm not gonna play through all of these. Yeah, I guess that's it for now. I'm just like kind of watching some C64 videos that I like at the end of the stream. My stream's always evolving this sort of thing, so yeah, I should probably go and get food or something. I haven't had food since lunch, so yeah, it's a nice beat. Anyway, I'm gonna probably do this again tomorrow night around 6 again. Finish that last temple and I guess the hidden cellar level, or abandoned cellar. So those two. Abandoned cellar is definitely hard to get through. But it shouldn't be that bad. It should be about 30-45 minutes, and then the final keep will be at least an hour. Because yeah, it's crazy. I didn't even do it the correct way when I first did it. I skipped huge chunks of it. It still took a while, so maybe now it'll take longer. I have no idea. Yeah, I'll definitely let everyone know. I'm gonna announce it on YouTube and Twitter and all that stuff. So, you got something to ask me? Okay, Joey Mark II. Ooh, I wonder if I can pull up the Jeopardy theme. Like, hmm. Is there an NES game of Jeopardy? I guess not. I saw a forum post about you coloring in Mega Man 5. Oh, I was wanting to do that for the Mega Man 5 cover playthrough that I did, and I ended up not doing it because, I mean, pretty much no one was really interested in it. I mean, some people were, but it was like, here's Mega Man colored properly, and I'm like, yeah, like it's good, but it's not really what I wanted. It's just like, you can just look at any reference for that. It's, look, it's Mega Man's colors, slap them on there, we're good. I was hoping people would help with like coloring all the enemies and backgrounds and stuff that was actually not, there was no reference for, or if there was a reference, it was weird looking, like how Mercury is pink and green. Never liked that choice by the devs. But yeah, I ended up not doing it, and like the guy who I messaged on, I think it was Bongwater Bandit, I think, on DeviantArt, he got back to me really late on that. It was like, I messaged him at least a year before I released it, and then like he got back to me like less than a month before I released it or something like that. So I was like, well, by now it's just too late. I'm 2 songs away from releasing this thing. I'm not going to wait another year as we try to colorize this game. So it was possible that one emulator still exists. I think it's actually runnable on Windows now. But back then it was just Linux, and it was really stodgy on top of that. Like only certain types of coloration would work. So pretty frustrating in that way. But yeah, it would be interesting to do. And I might actually be interested in doing it later at some point with you guys. But pretty much it was like I guess a specific emulator that you can replace tiles with. You can make an HD version of it technically with this, but you can replace the tiles with color versions, and it will just put them in. I don't remember what it was called, but I think I've got links to it somewhere that I can find. So, in fact, I mean, the thread has a link to that emulator, so should be good there. Yeah, I haven't really gotten much further. Pretty much what I showed on the site. I kind of got disheartened a little bit too, because I'm like, I'm not very good at this. Like, I'm not an artist, so when I was putting stuff up, people were like, this looks atrocious because it has 500 colors, and I'm like, well, but that's what Capcom's like reference guide has, and they're like, well, like they all wanted me to drop them and stuff. Like, I guess that's why I was kind of like, I'm not sure I'm really cut out to do this, because yeah, if I do it, it's gonna look like, the Game Boy Advance downscaling of a Game Boy Color game or some weirdness like that. It's gonna look all wrong. It's just kind of what Capcom was doing when they were gonna make that Mega Man 1 through 5 on Game Boy release thing. They actually had some screenshots from that, and if you look at Venus's level, it's like purple and green blocks, and like it just looks awful. Like it's Game Boy. Yeah, so you got like this thing right here where it's whoop. Oh, interesting. Okay. Anyway, I'll just pull this over here. I'm like moving it around on my screen without actually knowing what I'm doing. It's kind of funny. Okay, I'm just gonna go back to this. I'm gonna scroll over here. So yeah, you got this here where it's like very bright green and then like yellow in the background, and you're like super dark blue. Like, okay, that's odd. But I mean, this isn't awful. But I mean, the background though, man, it's why would you go with yellow? Green and green. This looks like a weirdly colored just GBA or GBC ROM with Mega Man colored in. Here we go. Here's Venus's level from one of those screenshots. Yeah, purple, blue, and green. Those colors go super well together. Question mark. So I mean, Capcom themselves are pretty odd about this. Like someone tried colorizing with the same sort of colorizing, but with I guess the Mega Man sprites colored the way a Game Boy Color would. So Mega Man himself is just like blue face, and Crab is all completely yellow because he has to be because all enemies are yellow. I was actually asking somebody about hacking the ROM for this, and they were like, well, it's possible. And we could even do screen transitions where if you go past a screen transition, this guy would be red. And then you go past it, and like the next enemy might be yellow on another screen because there's only really one enemy per screen most of the time. So you could probably change them out based on what's on the screen. So it would be possible on a ROM potentially, like a Game Boy Color hacked ROM, but it's just a huge amount of work for that. And the way I was trying to do it in the emulator is a lot less work. So we got all these screenshots from the actual version that they were going to have, which sucks that they didn't release it because even if it would look really funny and weird, it would have been something. Like I like those games, so. Oh yeah, oh that looks bad. I'm just pulling up the comments again, like. Oh, that looks bad. Does anybody like to talk to? Yeah, you can talk to me on Twitter. It's just at RushChat1. You can message me on that. But yeah, they're pretty bad at causing these games. Look at that. And that. This is one of the better ones because it's he's got a Mega Man 2. Dude, this guy's weirdly in shadow, and Mega Man he stands out so much. It's kind of gross. In fact, I think he's just flatly blue. Oh no. I didn't think about that. Anyway, I have to go. So, it's been fun.